A few months ago, I was taking a trip to Hot Topic for their sale on jeans. I walk in and begin looking around. In enters a short, chubby man complete with a neckbeard, wired glasses, greasy long hair, and a trench coat over a ruby anime t-shirt. Neckbeard approaches. Neckbeard. Hey, I really like your hair. It's so pretty. Me being polite, I just say thanks and attempt to escape the conversation. He caught me looking at anime figures. Neckbeard. What's your favorite anime? I bet you can't name 5 of them that you watch. Me. I don't really watch anime. Neckbeard. I didn't expect someone like you to enjoy art. Okay, whatever. I try to quickly grab my items and check out. He then begins to excessively follow me. He obviously was not buying anything. He continues to stare at my chest and ask for my number. I went with my gut and told him I was gay to avoid further conversation. I kid you not, he says, I can change that. Eventually, one of the employees saw what was going on and asked him to leave. He throws a fit until the employee threatens to call security. He waddles out of the store in a huff, giving me a dirty look. The employee then told me that he comes in all the time to try to get girls' numbers and harass them. Fortunately, I have not seen him there again. I met this guy a long time ago in my Japanese class, and he seemed pretty nice. I figured he was a trustworthy person, tall and lanky, just a regular shy guy. Anyways, we grew closer together and we became friends. He then invited me to my house. When I walk in there, I realize... oh shit. He's a weeaboo. Vocaloid posters, figurines, plushies, and everything in between galore. Not just Rin. Don't get me wrong, I kinda like Vocaloid too, but shit man, wow! Where does one get so much money? Anyways, he guides me to his computer and it opens up. He opens up some program and immediately I hear some nasty shit. I'm not going to say this because blah blah blah. Rin, the Vocaloid used, is 14. 14! This guy is a petaboo. Rant over. It's the beginning of this year, still freaking cold here in Germany, like always. School's out, and I'm waiting for my train, sitting and playing on my 3Ds. Like the addict I am. And then he came. He did not look like your typical neckbeard. He was really skinny and ghostly white, like so white he could perfectly cosplay as a vampire without makeup, but still had the trench coat and fedora. At first he was just standing there, waiting like everyone else, but shortly after he was staring at me. And I was not wearing anything special, you know, because I had school, just like your normal black clothes. And then he just suddenly scoots near me until he was direct next to me and talked to me very faint. At the moment I knew I was fucked. Following conversation is translated and paraphrased because I have the memory of a potato. NB. Good day, madam. May I inquire what you're playing? Me. What? Was listening to music while playing, always am and always will. NB. Well, my lady, I noticed you were playing on your very nice 3Ds, XL, and Creeper Edition. Want to inquire what was your intention? Me. Oh, I'm just playing Pokemon X. Why? NB. Well, my lady, because one like myself sometimes sees a beauty like you interested in gaming. Internally gagging. NB. But I must say your game choice is rather poor. Internally. What the heck? Me. Well, that's still my choice. I really like it and would like to continue my bad choice in the game. NB. Please don't be mad, my dear. I can give you really good game recommendations. Let me invite you to a coffee and let me broaden your mind. Internally, did he just call me stupid? Then came the godsend and from my above-mentioned friend. He came from the other direction and noticed me directly. Had a crazy hair color at the time, really noticeable. F. Hey babe, wanna get something to eat and play Spider-Man? We're neighbors and love Marvel. Internally. Thank you, God, for giving me this idiot as a friend. Me. Hey, sounds like a plan. NB. Looked like a kicked puppy. "Oh, you have a significant other. We had a nice conversation. Have a nice day." And he slinked away, never to be seen again. F. What the hell just happened here? Very confused Pikachu face. On the train ride home, I explained everything to him, and he was crying and wheezing from laughing. My friend calls me Babe because the first time we met at a fashionings party, I was a peg with a pink tutu. I lost a bet, so sue me. This is from a man's perspective. I was designated driver for my buddy's wife's 30th birthday party. She decided she really wanted to go to a super nasty strip club in the middle of the woods. The club opened at 9. We got there around 9:30. When we went in there was one other person in the club. He was in his late 40s. He did not have a beard, but his stash was a cookie duster. He also had a MAGA hat on. What really stood out was his shirt. It was a lot like the Wolf Howls at the Moon shirt, but instead of a wolf, it was a glorious blue dragon. Wrap your head around that for a sec. It was a dragon howling at the moon. If that were the end, I would have a good night just seeing that. After being there for a while, I noticed that there was always a stripper sitting and chatting with him the whole evening. Not the same one, but always at least one talking to him. Then the DJ says, "Guess who's in the hot seat?" And the dude walks out on stage. I was confused at first, but then realized that the guy was getting a stage dance. It got weird when one of the strippers reached down to adjust his hard-on so she could twerk on his lap without breaking it. Then a dude walked out and started handing out leather straps to the strippers. The neckbeard stands up and grabs the stripper pole. The strippers then again began to brutally beat his ass with the straps. After a minute or two, one of the strippers undid his pants and pulled them down around his ass. They kept going for about 10 minutes. One of the strippers got tired at one point and had to take a break. Then he came. His dick was fully in his pants, but everyone saw his O face. He pulled up his pants and started handing out $5 bills to the strippers. He did not tip the one that got tired. He went and sat back in the same seat, and the stripper sat down with him again. At this point, it was also packed. There were probably 75 to 100 people watching this. At first, everyone was laughing and cheering the dude. After a minute, everyone realized what was happening, and it got really quiet. When he finished, there were even a few gags and uncomfortable noises. Okay, so there's a lot I could say about this dude, but I'm going to skim and combine a few instances. I went to school with him, but we did not know each other, and I wish I would have stayed that later on. Unfortunately, we met again later on. I was 24, and he was probably 23. He did not really look the typical neckbeard, but oh boy, did he eventually act like one with overlapping into nice guy territory. We hung out once. I guess in his mind that means we were dating. We were not. He would blow up my Facebook with other social media if I did not answer. He would basically explode and call me names. Every time I argued back or tried to leave, he would use various methods to try and make me feel guilty, or to apologize, or make a different profile in order to talk to me. I could not get rid of him. Finally, he broke up with me for his ex-girlfriend, which was a Neckbeard. I felt so much relief. Shortly after that, I got super sick. I had developed an abscess with the untreated tonsillitis I did not know I had. I could not talk, and if I did, it would sound like I was talking with a mouthful of hot food. I could barely eat or drink anything. It was bad. I say to give into context what happens next. While I was sick, he came to my mom's apartment drunk and basically forced his way in. He would not leave till he talked to me. Turns out he broke up with his Neckbeard and wanted me to take him back. Keep in mind, I could not talk, so I kept trying to say no, 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 and shake my head. He was not taking no as no, but I got him to leave. Shortly after that, he was arrested for being in an abandoned house, naked, with a 15-year-old runaway. I'll try and find that article from one of the local papers. I blocked him on everything. Fast forward a year. I'm 3 months pregnant with my fiance's child, and who messages me? NB. He made a new account and looked for me. He's asking all these questions like where I am, if I still live with my mom and her boyfriend. if he can come and see me. I told him no. I live 6 hours away. You're probably wondering how he got out of the prison jail so quick. He claims it was his low IQ and some other stuff that they had to let him. Upon learning that I've moved on and I was pregnant, I told him I did not need the drama because I was pregnant and to leave me alone. He calls me every name under the sun, telling me that his mom hated me and she thought he deserved better than a fat pig like me. She had never met me. Called me a whore, telling me he hopes I lose my baby. He kept popping up here and there after I had my son, trying to be nice, and when I would not answer, he went back to asshole mode. I told him to stop, he's being a twat, and to leave me alone. Have not heard from him since. So, to sum it up, asshole, neckbeard, nice guy forced me into a relationship and essentially stalked me only to end up arrested for sleeping with a 15-year-old, then explodes on me because I moved on with my life and had a child.